Hello there everyone, my name is PlushyCube, and welcome back to another episode of Minutes or Less, where I talk about the history of media such as cartoons, video games, YouTube channels, and movies, and all that good stuff in a short span of time. Today's episode is focused on one of the greatest animated web series of all time, that have mooned the naked eyes of YouTube, as well as showcasing the life of the creator who has entertained hundreds if not millions for years, and how the legacy of this show still holds up. For those eagle eyes who looked at the thumbnail and the title, today we're talking about Eddsworld, so crack open a can of cola and let's get started. This is Ed Gould. Born on October 28th in 1988 in the United Kingdom, as a kid Ed read a lot of comics and watched a lot of work of Matt Groening on television, and then like a lot of artists, drew in his school notebook in the middle of class. For the very longest time, not only did he do it for a passion, it was an escape from bullying. In his primary school years, he would meet close friend and collaborator Matt Hargreaves, who would also be bullied from time to time, while the both would bond over their love of drawing while still being kicked to the curb by the said bullies. It was then in secondary school when he would start drawing more comics, but this time putting them on DeviantArt and basing them around his friends. Eventually, he started using a GIF, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it GIF Maker to use animations in 2000, however couldn't find a site to host them until he discovered SFDT, which is standing for StickFigureDeathTheater.com. But at the time of the mid-2000s, he would later take YouTube tutorials for Macromedia Flash so he can animate. He kept animating, and as soon as you would know it, he published his first animation titled Bendy 1, which was a stick figure fight. Less than a year that Bendy 1 came out, he submitted his first Newgrounds entry titled Ed, the same day he joined the website. With the submissions on Newgrounds and Sick Suicide, he met a lot of great people who would contribute to the Eddsworld franchise, three of them being Thomas Ridgewell, Tord Larson, and Eddie Boley, with Ridgewell being a huge fan of Ed. With the comics, he would import his friends into the strip in a sort of semi-autobiographical sense. With these friend imports, it gave us the alcoholic and dim-witted characters we all came to adore, except for Tord.
Why not Tord?
Why not Zoidberg?
Good point. Carry on.
Making more animations, comics, and collaborations with friends, the very first episode of Eddsworld released in 2004 as a Christmas special. Sounds kinda familiar, huh? The Christmas special, or the first episode, did gain traction at a slow rate, but that didn't stop Ed at all because he kept at it on a consistent basis. It wasn't until 2006 to 2008 where Eddsworld started getting more viewers, and oh boy, was it something. Understand this, that Ed was doing all the animation by himself and only had help from his friends and family providing voices. But despite the limited help, the show was skyrocketing with popularity. Episodes such as Movie Maker, Spares, Zombie Attack, 25 Feet Under the Seat, What the Future, and Climate Change grew the fandom's popularity and viewership rate to a ton. So popular that conventions were being attended, games were being made, merchandise was being sold, the comics getting extremely popular, and even the show getting on BBC. And no, I don't mean the porn, you horny freaks. The show's growing success gave fuel to Ed's passion, who was collaborating with more stuff. You want a prime example? You remember this dude?
I like trains.
Yep, voiced by Ed. Remember As the Movie 2? That was animated all by Ed. And hell, even with Tord leaving because of the pressure being in Eddsworld, the show was still standing on the stilts of popularity with one less of the famous four. And with his show and fandom, you can see that Ed was very protective and faithful to the show. For example, TV networks such as BBC and Channel 4 offered Ed numerous times for a TV show based on his property, but each time Ed would decline because of the risk of replacing his friends as voices and possibly losing creative control. And you know we can't have that. You could say that based on his success and popularity that Eddsworld was great. However, in reality, Eddsworld wasn't so great. In the 2010s, Ed was revealed to have leukemia for the second time in the video Ed vs. Cancer. The first time being 2006 while the show was still in production, worrying fans about the show's future and the creator. Despite the cancer, Ed continued working on the show when he had breaks from the hospital. But unfortunately, after a 6-year-long battle with cancer, Ed Gould passed away on March 25th of 2012. Many Ed heads online expressed their condolences to Ed as well as family and friends. Everyone for a second, let's shut off the timer and give a moment of silence for Edward Duncan Ernest Gould. Ed, we love you, and thank you for sharing your world with us. Upon the dying wishes of Ed, the show nor character wasn't retired.
Hooray!
Instead, something else came that was very special to us Ed heads, Eddsworld Legacy. After Space Phase 1 was released, Ed's last work on Eddsworld, a crowdfunding campaign was launched to fund at least one more year of Eddsworld content, such as episodes, shorts, and comics, with the goal of $50,000. A new era of the series that would feel like Ed never left and would do Ed and the fandom some justice while at it, with Tom and Matt in charge, Eddie Boley as co-producer, and a new animator. And as far as I know, guys, that initial goal of $50,000 was surpassed by more than $80,000. That's insane! In my opinion, Legacy served the true justice for the fandom, giving us episodes that included the things we always wondered about the series that we scratched our heads on. Things like, for example, why does Eduardo despise Ed so much? Those cues that were turned into A's years ago were craved in the vein of Eddie Boley, the new producer. It also gave us a rise in quality in terms of animation, aided by Paul Trevoid. I hope I'm saying that right. As well as other guest animators lending their talents to the show. Although, with the promise of 1 year worth of Eddsworld content, the span of said content's production grew to almost 4. The reason behind this is not to scoff at, as Tom developed a lot of severe depression due to losing his very close and personal friend. Although the hiatus and delays, it still gave us fan favorite episodes such as Fun Dead and Salunatics. Some people loved it, some people hated it, but I loved it.
Nobody cares.
You're fun dead to me. After all the guest animators, after all the help received by the animators on Legacy, it was time for the end. Literally, that's what the final episodes are called. When asked in an interview on what he wanted to do for the eventual finale to the show, Ed stated that anyone who laid a finger on Eddsworld over the years had to be involved to not only make it meaningful, but bittersweet. He would have to call in every favor to end this series out with a bang. Animators from Legacy came to help, and help they did. With all this hard work put into a team of nearly 20 people, the end in part 1-2 came out in 2016, 1 week apart, and focused on the return of the written-off fan favorite of the 4, Tord. And oh god, looks like he does not have any good motives, cause look out, he has a robot! However, the real-life counterpart was absent during the making of the finale, so he was voiced by Jamie Spicer Lewis, a person that worked on Eddsworld Legacy. Despite this, the end was well received by fans old and new, giving the fandom a satisfying finale, ending us on a high note and closing the book of the saga, something that I bet Ed would be very proud of if he was still here. His legacy was kept alive by his family, friends, and fans. The fandom was a bit of an issue though. Throughout this era of the show, even with Legacy having the most high quality that the show has ever had, there were fans saying that Legacy wasn't even like Eddsworld we all knew and loved, and I can see why. I'll get to that later. What you guys have to know for now is that Tom not only left the show, but the fandom because of the toxic behavior of some fans who were very, very, very nitpicky and dissatisfied with Legacy. F you, fandom. At last, the show ended on a high note, and that was the end of it. For us to remember the show for its characters, episodes, moments, and good times, bad times, and the creator who gave it life. Well, I wish I could say that it was 100% true, but it is partially. What I'm trying to say is, the end that we got in the show wasn't really the end. What we got instead was the new and current era of the show, as of now, Beyond. After the finale was released, Tom left the reins of the show to the Gould family, with Susan Gould trying to revive the show, keeping the Eddsworld spinning. However, that wasn't successful, but on January 1st, 2017, the comics that ended with the series were revived by Matt, both writing and drawing the strips. While it was nice to see the revived comics and more adventures of the iconic trio, something other than adventures in 4 panels was in the works. A third era of the show was in development and production for a while, with Ed's mom and Matt being in charge of running the show. While Matt co-wrote and directed it with a new team of animators, they also set up a Patreon for the show to fund more episodes because, you know, cartoons cost money to make. They are expensive, unless you're like the creator of 12-Ounce Mouse. August 1st, 2020, the first Beyond episode was released as the long-awaited sequel to Fanservice, a classic Eddsworld short. With the new voice of Ed and Tom, some fans criticized Beyond for the lack of vibe from the original, and not having Eddie Boley nor Tom in development. And so far, the series has 6 episodes at the time of writing and recording this, bumping the episode count to 44. While the new comics come out on a regular weekly basis, meaning that the show hasn't stopped spinning and has never become flat. You get it? Because all those stupid beliefs and theories you get from the world, you know? Yeah? You understand? Yeah. Well, that was it. The history of Eddsworld packed into the time of less than 11 minutes of a SpongeBob segment. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me. I hope you guys are doing great out there. I'm sorry that I've been gone for literally 2 months. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I've been busy with high school. And if you look at my community post, I lost my slap-top charger. Yes, I said slap-top because every time this thing crashes, I have to slap it slightly. Man, I'm not better than no abusive dad. Sorry for the people who out there who deal with abuse. There's hope out there. I love you. Anyways, thank you guys so much. And also, a big thank you to all of you. I know I'm saying thank you a lot because I can't thank you guys enough. God damn it. Anyways, I just like to say thank you for 150 subscribers. We're at 154. And I just want to thank you guys so much. Literally like 4 or 5 years ago, I started a channel. Not this channel. I'm not letting you guys find the other one. But it was just me making crappy videos for the fun of it and just doing my absolute best to post like every day. But that's elementary school, middle school me, and you know, it's sad. But yeah, I just want to say that you guys have been the greatest audience a person can have in the past year or so. This year is great. This year, 2022, it has been a really fucking bad year for me, but great for you guys, and great for you guys to watch my channel, and great for me to see you guys like it and comment and make a lot of conversations in the comment section. I just want to thank you guys so much. I mean, you guys can count how many times I say thank you, but I just can't thank you guys enough. The thing about this is that I really never thought that, you know, people would like my videos because of my voice or my bad editing or something like that. Just me thinking that, you know, I can't create anything good. But I still think that, but you guys still watch this content, and it's really awesome. I hope to reach 200 subscribers in 2023. And hey, if we keep at it, we can possibly hit 1,000. Who knows? I mean, the possibilities are endless. The night is young. Oh my god. And yeah, this took me a long time to get out, and yeah, it really did, because I had to write the script and put my character in it and everything. Hey, don't get attached to the green character. He's not gonna be here long. He's gonna be replaced. This is because I drew him with a mouse. I'm getting a drawing tablet, don't worry. But yeah, that's just a thing I want to say, and you guys have been the best. And also, a video's coming in the next couple of days for New Year's. Yeah. Oh, and also, another thing. Make sure to check out the Couch Raisins podcast coming in 2023 with my friends Malcolm and Aiden, where we rip on Aiden and we talk about nerd and culture stuff. Also, we have special guests. Oh, and a big thank you to Classy 8, my great close friend, for making these thumbnails too. Yeah, you guys did not expect me to make these, because I did not make them. Like I said, I'm talentless. But Classy 8 is great. His YTPs are very awesome. They make me laugh and everything. So yeah, go give him a subscription without any pay. Like his videos, do whatever you can to support him, because he is taking the time out of his day and schedule. Don't know if he has a schedule, but the time out of his day to make these thumbnails for me, and it's more efficient for me because I have less time now. Exams are coming up for me and everybody else in North Carolina. Oh yeah, and the thing when I said I'll talk about this earlier about Eddsworld, guys, the thing I have to say about this is that no matter how much Beyond isn't really like the original series we all know and love, just cut it out, man. I know some people might not like it. Hey, I don't really like it that much, but I watch it for the nostalgia, and not because there's more episodes. I just watch it for the nostalgia. I love Eddsworld. It has a great impact on me. and everything I'm gonna list in 2023 has a great impact on me too. Not all of it, because I have like pages upon pages of video ideas to go through. But that's what I have to say, really. I mean, no matter what they're going through, you can do whatever you want. You can leave the fandom. You can say fuck, just fuck it. But for me, really, I go to the fandom the same way that Tom does it, just for the nostalgia and good memories. Because when I was younger, Newgrounds was the shit. But you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. This is kind of like Angry Video Game Nerd. People always want to rip on it for working with Screw Attack or something. James is a busy guy. He has kids. He has a family to tend to. He has business deals, and he works with Screw Attack because he needs help. And there will be less videos coming out, man. And not only that, Mike, Bootsy, and Kyle left. So yeah, we don't really know if Mike's coming back, but I hope he does. It's never happening, is it? But that's all I had to say. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for 150 subscribers. We're we're less than halfway through to 200. And yeah, that's all I had to say. I love you guys. See you later.